Tonight on Lost and Found. 25 years ago, Simona was rescued from a Romanian orphanage and given a new life in New Zealand.
I'd get verbally, racially told to go back to my own country.
Now she's heading back to Romania to try to find her birth mother.
It's where I came to sign the consent.
No, I don't have any idea why I was given away.
And it may not be possible to find the answer. Do you have any records here?
No.
Families that are lost and found.
It's angry for many, many years, but
They're always unpredictable.
Hi, my name is Simona and I was adopted at a very young age from Romania. I have a son now and I would like him to know where he's from and who his family is. I've always wanted to know my birth mother. I also know I have brothers and sisters over there. Can you help me, please?
In order to move forward, sometimes you have to go back. Simona Watkinson is 28 years old, almost exactly the same age her Romanian birth mother was when she handed over her baby to an orphanage.
Do you want to pick some more flowers over there, Griffin?
Today, Simona works in a paint shop and is a single mum to 3-year-old Griffin. Griffin's dad is not involved in raising his son, and Simona brings him up with lots of family support.
No?
I got the high style to make you smile when I'm a mile above the ground. I like to watch the world go round, yeah, baby, I'm a go.
So you want some help to find your mum in Romania?
Yeah, I do.
In New Zealand, you walked into quite a family, didn't you?
Well, I came into a rather large family, actually. I've got a brother and 2 sisters, and I grew up with a family dog and a happy childhood. You know, got taught how to speak English and learned how to swim. But when it came to primary school, I'd get verbally, racially told to go back to my own country and who are you and where are you from, and I couldn't answer those questions. And those taunts and things that I received from the children, it made me feel like an alien because I don't have that knowledge of where I'm from and who I'm about. I'm a Kiwi at heart, but there is part of me that's missing and I need to know what that part is. I'm wanting to know what that part is. My birth mother, I think she was a very strong woman to give up a child. In regards to my own son, you know, that I would never have been able to give him up for adoption. You know, that's not something that I would have been able to do. That's a very hard thing for a mother to do, to give her child away. And I think she's a strong woman for that.
For the past 25 years, Frances Watkinson has been Simona's mother. You were a mum with 3 teenagers. Why did you go to Romania to adopt a child?
we went to Romania because we heard in the media all the terrible things that were happening to children. And one of my sisters told us that that's what they were going to do, and we had had that in our mind for a little while, and it just really cemented the idea that we might help a child, that we had room, that we had love in our hearts, and that we wanted to share that with a child who perhaps didn't have those opportunities.
When Frances and her then husband went to Romania, they'd already seen terrible television images of abandoned children. Many were severely traumatised, starved and tied to chairs. But nothing prepared them for the horrors they were to witness.
We saw children lumped together in groups. Some of the things in the bedrooms and bathrooms were appalling. Children eating while sitting on the potty. Our worry was that these children were going to have difficulties developing into normal, functioning adults.
Frances, a social worker, understood family dynamics. The prospect of adopting a child that had been potentially damaged by the orphanage experience did not faze her.
Once we met Simona, there was no way we wanted to leave her there.
The Watkinsons took lots of photos. Daughter Andrea was 8 at the time of Simona's adoption.
You actually picked us, because we went into the orphanage and there were all these kids about 17 of them, and the man who took us in went to the staff and said, "Where's the child, Simona?" And by then, you had done this flying jump into your father's arms, and he turned around and the staff said, "That's Simona." And he said, "How did you know that was the child, Simona?" And we said we didn't. But it was because you were the oldest in that group, and I think that you had a bit of mana.
The Watkinsons were just one family of 150 from New Zealand who went to Romania to help and brought children back to raise them in what they hoped would be a better life.
I don't see her as not being my biological child. I don't ever think there is any reason to see her differently than the other three. She's just my daughter.
You were very smart when you came home. You still are.
I'm quite a confident being.
We couldn't believe how beautiful you were, and that if this was going to be for real, that we would get so lucky. You know, like, you were beautiful. You had dirty hair, and you were very smelly, but you were beautiful.
During the adoption process, Simona's birth mother was required to sign a consent form, so Frances got a fleeting glimpse of the woman who was giving Simona up.
I wanted to tell her about me, sort of to say, Simona's going to be okay.
How does it feel for you that your daughter is now looking for her birth mum?
I'm really, really excited. Even though this says not excitement, I am really, really happy for her. No matter what, I just want her to know what her birth connections are, but also how that fits with her culture and her heritage, and to be able to pass that on to her little boy. It's important to me that she does it, and I'm 100% there with her.
So this is the story of Simona's two mothers, the one who gave her life and the one who gave her a home. Simona, thanks to Frances, has her full adoption records, although much of it's in Romanian. She knows her date of birth, her name, and the name of her birth mother, Maria Motok. And from what Frances has told her, it appears she had brothers and sisters. I need to find someone in Romania to help me, a person on the ground with local knowledge. Oh, hello, is that Mihai? Look, I'm looking for a bit of help. I'm coming to Romania shortly to try and track down a woman, and I need not only help with interpreting, but a little bit of help with searching for her. That sounds like you? I head to Romania to find a woman who may not appreciate me searching for her. That's if she's even alive. Romania. I arrive in the city of Iași and then head to the northeast of the country, to the town where Simona was born. Up until 1989, communist Romania was behind the Iron Curtain. But after the fall of dictator Nicolae Ceausescu and his speedy execution, everything changed. Since 2007, Romania has been a member of the European Union. I'm in Suceava, a city of over 100,000 in Romania's northeast. Mihai Radu, a Romanian journalist and interpreter, briefs me on how things work in Romania. It's a country of red tape. There's bureaucracy everywhere. Finding Maria Motok won't be easy. The good news is that Mihai has found the location of Simona's orphanage and has official permission for us to visit the next day. Great square.
Yeah, typical communist square. Center of the town.
Yeah, very utilitarian.
Yeah, indeed, yeah. A communist block of flats all around. I made a call to the town hall of Liteni where she was born, the mother of Simona.
Okay.
Looks like nobody knows her. Usually in small villages, they know each other, they know where they are and what they do.
So what do you recommend next?
Since we are in the town of Suceava, I suggest to go to the orphanage, see whether the orphanage is still in place,
Yeah.
and hoping that they will get some, they will have some a phone number or something.
Sounds a good place to start. Let's go. When the regime collapsed, around 50,000 children went into state care, about half into orphanages. You think this is the orphanage?
Yeah, this is the orphanage.
Most were not actually orphans, but in a country in economic ruin, their parents, including Simona's mother, couldn't afford to look after them. The paintings and all that, it certainly looks like it could have been, doesn't it?
Yeah, indeed, yeah.
Go and see, eh? The building is now offices for the Romanian Child Services. All that's left of the old orphanage where Simona spent 18 months are murals painted on the outside walls. We have luck. One of the administrators used to work at the orphanage. So this definitely was the orphanage?
Deci aici sigur a pus un leagăn de copii, nu?
Da, leagănul de copii Sfânta Maria Suceava.
Yeah, the orphanage, St. Maria, Suceava.
And how many children were here?
Până în 2004 au fost circa 400 de copii.
Up to 400 children. And we, the social worker, we try to get the children out of here into foster families.
You used to work here, didn't you? So what was it like for the children?
Erau încăperi mici în care erau cazați copii 0-3 ani.
There were small rooms with children 0 to 3 years old. Imagine lots of children and very little stuff. So imagine the conditions.
We're trying to find what happened to one child and trying to find her birth mother. Do you have any records here which could help us?
Deci nu putem...
No.
Okay, thank you anyway.
Welcome.
It's good to get a sense of where Simona lived. If Simona's mother, Maria, is alive, she could be anywhere. Many Romanians have become economic refugees, which means they now live and work all over Europe. We need official help, and in this former communist country, that means the police.
I have good news. At the permanent search, they found her in the town of Redouți. She's there temporarily.
So she's alive?
She's alive and well.
Before we head to Redouți, 40 minutes drive away, I decide it's time to call Simona back in New Zealand. Oh, hi Simona, it's David here.
Hi.
Hi Francis and Andrea.
Hi. Hi.
Well, look, as you can probably see, I'm actually here in Romania. I'm in Suceava. And we've made a bit of progress in trying to find your mum.
Yep.
Look, I just have to stress, though, we haven't found her yet.
Okay.
But it's good knowing that she's alive and that she is in Romania.
Really?
And we know which town she's in. I was wondering whether you could come over here to Romania, because I think we can find her.
Seriously? Shaking like one thing.
So, do you think you could come over?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. I don't believe it. I'm so happy for you.
So you better start learning a few Romanian phrases.
Oh my goodness.
Well, I look forward to seeing you here.
Thanks. Bye. Bye.
Not only is Simona coming, but her family has decided that Francis and Andrea will both come to support her. Meanwhile, Mihai and I head for Redouți. It's a town of 20,000 people. Hopefully, we'll find Maria Motok before the Watkinsons get here. But we strike a problem. The local police have no record of Maria Motok, so we visit the local council in the hope that they may have some information.
Well, I think we should go to this office here in Redouți and look, to see if they have something more appropriate. If not, I think the last resort we have to either ask people on the streets or knock.
The local council also has no record of Maria. We don't have time to wait for official help, so we have no choice but to start doing our own detective work.
Simona, cauți o familie Moțoc, Maria Moțoc pe strada asta, știți cumva?
Nu.
There's a cyclist. Do you want to stop the cyclist and see if we can get him?
Familia Maria Moțoc pe aici, pe strada asta, știți cumva? Moțoc. Does not know of this family. Bine, bine, mulțumesc mult. Sată, mulțumesc. No, he doesn't know.
Finally, we find someone who tells us she knows where Maria Motop lives and can give us directions to her house.
Pot să vă întreb unde stă, știți, o doamnă Maria Moțoc?
But it's the wrong address. I'm beginning to wonder if I'm dragging Simona, Andrea and their mother halfway across the world, only to disappoint them. Simona Watkinson, the 28-year-old former Romanian orphan, is back in her homeland on a quest to find a mother who abandoned her. Supporting her, her New Zealand mother and sister, Frances and Andrea Watkinson. With virtually no memory of Romania, Simona is eager to understand the country she left behind as a 3-year-old in 1990.
It's pretty amazing, isn't it?
Look at this. The colours of the roofs are quite vibrant on these houses.
Oh my God, look at this awesome cart coming up. Wow.
Despite the fact that Romania is one of the poorest countries in Europe, life is now more prosperous than it was at the time of the Ceausescu regime.
There's something to be said for keeping your history, isn't there?
Culture.
Not just going ultra-modern. I saw a lady leaving that ate pretzels on it.
Oh,
Oh, goodness, look at these.
can I get one of these chocolate? Yes. Just one. Thank you.
Happy?
It's really good. Still can't even believe that I'm actually here.
Do you want me to pinch you?
Frances is recalling for Simona what she can remember of the adoption process all those years ago.
I think this is the building. This is where we came to meet Maria and get her to sign the consent.
Does it look still the same?
I don't know. There's a familiarity about it, but remember, it was all winter.
Yeah. What did she say to you or look like it on that day that you spoke to her? Here?
Well, I didn't speak Romanian and she didn't speak English, but she was short.
Yeah.
She had on a scarf and I could see that she had fair hair. And she had a small baby with her and she seemed to me to be a lovely person.
For Frances, coming back to Reduce evokes a strange mix of feelings, some relating to the past and some to the present. Simona, who left Romania when she was barely 3, soaks in the sights and the smells as she struggles to reconnect with her origins. Amazing country, isn't it? This church was here 300 years before Tasman got to New Zealand.
It's almost unbelievable, isn't it?
What do you think life would have been like for Simona if she'd stayed here?
Yeah, in the early years, I think it would have been fairly harsh. I think she probably would have stayed in an orphanage until she was 15 or 16. And then, I don't know what, from there on.
Being here must be quite hard for you because essentially your daughter's come looking for another mother.
I'm just really glad that I'm part of it with her. I just feel happy for her that she'll get some answers about who she is and where she came from. Like the others, she's my daughter. And I'm still her mum. And her birth mother is an important person in her life.
And you, are you ready?
Hope so. Yeah, hope so. I feel excited, but I also think, gosh, I don't want her to be hurt. I suppose that's the big thing. I just hope it's all good.
Heard you say, meet you in the long grass.
The Watkinsons have been in Romania for 3 days. If it's a deeply emotional experience for Frances, it's even more complex for Simona.
It's quite a surprise, actually. I was expecting a lot more sort of poverty, so it's actually quite nice to come here. It's like a breath of fresh air, and it makes me feel whole. Whereas, you know, I feel more at home here than I do in New Zealand, because I know that my family is here somewhere.
Do you have regrets about going to New Zealand or being taken to New Zealand?
No, not really. Just knowing that what life would have been like back when I was adopted, I think I got given the opportunity in New Zealand to be able to grow up and live and know how to be a person. I have regrets of the way that I felt about being adopted and being taken out of my birthplace and then taken to another place and having to learn how to get by not knowing your own native tongue, and having people treat you differently because you're not from around there. Whereas here, now that I've come back to Romania, I feel like I'm more, that part of me still here, and I'm needing to get that part back.
Your mum did try to give you some Romanian upbringing in New Zealand.
I think I probably get more of it while I'm here than when I was growing up in New Zealand. I have more of an understanding now of what Mum had told me and taught me about Romania. Now that I'm actually here, I kind of get a fulfillment of that information and I understand it more now than when I did when I was younger. Now that I've come here and I've kind of think about some of those things that I've thought or possibly have said, I regret thinking that way. Now that I'm back here, it makes me feel alive more. I feel like I've got closure now that I've come here, but more closure when I get to meet my mother.
If you get to meet her.
If I get to meet her.
There's a little girl on a swing over there. Do you ever think that could have been you?
Yeah, I do. I do. It could have been me. But then again, if I had been being in an orphanage, I don't think you would have been given that opportunity to be able to be in the park and playing on a swing. But if my mother hadn't given me up, then I don't know. I probably could have been that kid on that swing over there.
Don't you feel the time has come for you to see the light?
Mihai, meanwhile, has made some progress finding an address for Maria. So, you think it's the lady reckons it's going to be this house?
Yeah, definitely this house.
Let's hope it's the right woman.
And she's willing, because it will be a big surprise on her.
We now know where Maria lives, but we have no idea how she'll react. Is this the right lady?
Yeah, she's the one.
Huh? So, we've found her. This is Simona's birth mother.
She's the mother of Simona, finally.
We tell her that her long-lost daughter is looking for her.
She's in complete shock. She's very surprised at our visit, So she has to think through. I'll give her my number and, I'll ask her to call once she settles and talk to the other members of the family.
It's impossible to tell whether Maria is happy or angry. I decide this is not the moment to show her the video message Simona has done for her.
Thank you.
This feels like it could go either way. How do I tell Simona that her mother might not want to see her? When I did the video call to you in New Zealand, and I said that your mother was alive when we were searching, and I said there was jeopardy.
Yep.
Well, I met your mother yesterday, and there's a big but.
Yes.
She's in total shock, and she's at the moment hasn't agreed to meet you. Simona Watkinson is a 28-year-old mother from South Auckland. She's in Romania with her mum and her sister, hoping to find her birth mother. Well, I met your mother yesterday, and there's a big but.
Yes.
She's in total shock, and she's at the moment hasn't agreed to meet you.
It's understandable.
Mihai and I met her, and as I say, she's in total shock, but she has Mihai's number, and hopefully she'll ring either this evening or tomorrow morning and let us know whether she will meet you. She did say she'd thought about you.
Is she far away, Dad?
It's about 2 kilometres away.
She's so close.
Yeah.
She is.
We need to give her a bit of time.
So, it's not great news, but it's progress.
Well, at least she knows I'm here.
She knows you're here. She knows you're looking for her. A nervous 24 hours.
Yes.
Waiting on her birth mother's decision is hard for Simona. So to help fill in the time, I ask our interpreter, Mihai Radu, who was a student during the communist era, to tell Simona about Romania's dark days. So Mihai, when Ceausescu got overthrown, what was life like here in Romania?
It was no food available on the market, power cut, no heating in the homes.
So it would have been tough for like my birth mother and 3 or 4 children back then.
A single mother without being married in the communist Romania, oh, it was outstanding, outrageous.
Was it a common thing for a lot of children to be sort of adopted out or put into orphanages?
Oh yeah. They just couldn't afford to raise them. This was a problem. No money, no food.
The expected time of Maria's call comes and goes. Mihai and I sit down and try to come up with a backup plan. But then...
Radu? Sărmână la moțoc, să rămână. Ce faceți?
I have no idea who Mihai is talking to.
Nu, zărandă vor să... Na, știți cum au venit până aici. Good news. Just call us. She's good to go. Sorry? Just Maria Moțoc. Just called me now. She said no, she's willing to meet Simona. It's good. Cheers. Yeah, good news. Yeah.
Maria has said she will meet us, but will she really come? It's a nervous wait. We don't know how she really feels about Simona
Should be coming.
and the adoption all those years ago. So what time was she going to be here?
2 o'clock.
Just hope she turns up. Be interesting to find out what she's thought about all these years.
Să rămână, ați venit.
Hello again.
Bună ziua.
Thank you.
Salut.
Maria brings her 2 youngest, Paul and Alexandra. Both were born into the new Romania, but it's the bad old Romania I want to ask her about. What happened? Why did you give her up for adoption?
Să vă întrebe de ce ați dat-o pe adulți sau ce s-a întâmplat, de ce n-a sau care a fost, de ce?
Tata ei, când așa ne-a dispățit, erau niște probleme, știți, cum era sistemul la noi și așa, eu trebuia să lucrez, n-aveam ce face cu dânsul, cum mai avem practic mai mare, Tiberiu, cariere, cu zoie, naștere în Timișoara. Să vedem, poate, e de acord Simona să mergem până la dânsul sau chiar nu poate să vină.
So Simona has a full brother.
Deci Simona are un frate din același tată.
Da, același tată.
Yeah.
După aia este lanțați cu, numai de pe...
But then his father came and took him away from me and raised him somewhere else.
După aia este lanțați cu, când a murit tata copilului, a murit are 2 ani. 2 ani. E 10 aprilie.
Maria explains that Simona was adopted because the man she describes as her husband, who's now dead, did not want to look after another man's child. When we knocked on the door and said Simona is looking for you, how did you feel?
Pe noastră, cu ce a simțit? Care a fost prima reacție? Cum?
O reacție așa, nu știam să fac, să plâng, să râd, nu știam ce să fac. Nu știam cum să mă manifest bucuria asta. Liliana, ce că place, e programul 2. Și m-am uitat și la desene așa și mă gândeam, zic, ce?
Simona has done a message which she would like me to show you.
Au filmat-o. Vreți să vedeți cum arată?
Da, vreau să văd.
Yeah, please show me.
Okay, right, so Maria, if you push that button.
Apăsați dacă apăsă Paul sau așa, domnul, așa.
Hi, Maria. I've been looking for you. If you've seen this, it means that David's found you. I really would love to meet you and see who you're about. I've thought about you many years and wondered, you know, where you're at and how you are. I've grown up Kiwi here in my backyard. I just feel like something's missing and I would really love for me to meet you and get to know who you are and so for you to get to know who I am. And I would really love for you to say yes to that.
Foarte mult. De-abia aștept să o strâng în brațe.
I would like you to meet also. I would like to hug you.
De-abia aștept să
I hardly wait to see her, to hug her.
Și pe persoana respectivă care a crescut-o, de-abia aștept. Seamănă exact
She
cum eram
resembled to me
când eram eu.
like I was young years ago.
And Paul and Alexander, you happy to have a big sister?
Paul, Alexandra, sunteți bucuros că aveți o soră mai mare? Persoana noastră cunoaște cu soră, da?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, they are very excited. They look forward seeing, meeting Simona.
That's great. Maria was 22 and unmarried when she got pregnant for the first time with Simona's older brother. It was a time when contraception was outlawed in Romania. She went on to have 6 children. As we've heard, Simona's full brother was taken away when Simona was just a baby. Despite her hardships, Maria has had the same job since she was 16. She varnishes wood in a furniture factory, but at 51 is hoping for early retirement. The past 24 hours have been tough for the Watkinsons. Lots of tea and lots of tears.
Hiya, David.
I've got some news for you. We got a phone call last night and I've just been to meet with your mother again. And she'd love to meet you.
When? Yay.
We met her down at a local park and showed her that video you did. And she was in tears watching it. She said she'd never forgotten you and always hoped that you would return. She told us that after Mihai and I had met her that Thursday, that she went inside and cried, and her children came in and said, "Mum, why are you crying?" And she said, "Because my daughter's coming back."
It's wonderful. I almost feel like I've gone full circle now. This is me. This is my place to be. I get closure from it.
She's very excited to meet you too, Francis.
Bet she is. We're a twosome. You get one without the other.
So, happy?
Quite happy about it, really, and a lot more. I'm clear on where I stand in the world and where I stand as a person, more than anything. And it's enlightened me. It's actually made me feel a lot better as a person. Because I was angry for many years, Mum. And I'm really sorry. That constant why me? And being told by many people that I should feel grateful that I got adopted out and...
Yeah, you're just too normal too.
So, Francis, 25 years ago you came to Romania to try and help a young child, and you ended up with Simona.
Yep.
Today's the day she's going to meet her birth mum. So I'm going to leave it to you to organise taking Simona to meet her other mum.
Thank you.
Right. Off you go, take her over there.
Come on. You know, there's still some things I feel like I need to say. And you know that this is about happiness. And I knew we'd be back to do this. Because this was as much of your life as it is what has been with us.
Yeah.
It's the right time, sweetie.
It totally is.
Doing so well.
Simona Watkinson, the girl from South Auckland, is about to meet her birth mother 25 years after she was abandoned at a Romanian orphanage. Supporting her are her mother Frances and her big sister Andrea.
A new day.
And a huge addition to your life.
A different way that I'll look at life.
Just around the corner, Maria is waiting. So too is one of Simona's half-sisters, Raluca, who has arrived overnight from Germany.
Simona. When I saw Simona hug Maria, I thought that this is a life-changing event for her.
It's been so long for me to wait to be able to see her and be able to hug her. It's just amazing.
Simona's so nice.
You look just my brother.
Yeah.
Yes, you didn't. I don't know. Your eyes.
Yeah.
Yes. He was happy, emotional.
O bucurie e... N-am cuvinte să spun.
She don't have the words to describe. It was so emotional, so happy.
It's fitting that Simona has two sisters here, a Romanian one and a Kiwi one. And each is supporting their own mother.
Hi, I'm Andrea.
Hugging Maria, I just felt really grateful.
So good to see you.
I'm really happy for her as she's connected with her mum.
Ea nu m-a menționat așa ca tine, nu? Mi-a rămas. Trebuie să bun.
Can you say to Maria, Simona has her two mums together?
Spune că Simona are două mame acum, nu doar una, îmbrățișează.
Having both my mums there, it's so surreal. It's like a dream.
It's just wonderful. It's amazing.
For Maria, the return of her daughter is a blessing, and she needs to take Simona to a special place. A devout Romanian Orthodox, she takes Simona to where she often prayed for her return.
This is the prayer to baptize you. Yes.
My mama took me to the church that I was baptized in.
Maria, Mama Simona.
My birth family, being a religious family, was quite a moving time for me, I think, because I didn't realise that I had the religious roots.
You need to kiss the ash. And
Doamne ajută. Pe frunte.
Să nu la Când ai fost botezată, mama a vrut să te inițieze să fii creștină.
when she was born, my mom said,
Ai avut un înger păzitor care te-a păzit tot timpul.
was baptized because you need
Noi eram înger
a
păzitor,
garden
poate nu aveam
angel,
posibilitatea
because
să
you need something
avea să...
to take care
Așa
of
au
you.
fost toate vieții, mama.
Yeah. She was.
Tot timpul ai avut un înger păzitor, tot timpul m-am rugat pentru voi. Sănătate.
For our health.
Chiar dacă nu mă...
Fish?
Maria has prepared a Romanian feast to celebrate Simona's return. And at the dinner, another of Simona's sisters, Anastasia.
So you two are half-sisters, yes?
Yes.
Anastasia cannot understand how her mother could have given a child away. She wants to know why it was Simona and not her, the baby at the time, who was placed in the orphanage. For the first time, Raluca and Anastasia discover that it was their father who didn't want Simona.
I'm really pleased that we've had this conversation because it was an important one to have.
Simona now has the answers she was looking for, including the name of her birth father, and may one day try to find him too.
I'm a lot more happier now than knowing where I'm from and who I am, definitely. It's cleared a lot of darkness from my life, for sure.
Simona has not only met her birth mother, Maria, she's also met her Romanian grandmother, and she's been in contact with her full brother, Taberu, who she hopes to meet one day. Back in New Zealand, Simona's happily keeping in touch with them all.
The most significant change I've seen in Simona is that she's a lot lighter about who she is. It's one of the best things we've done. We have this other whole family that are part of us because of Simona.
They're both very strong women, and it was good to see them reunite again and almost like as though they were best of friends.
Next week on Lost. Tonight on Lost and Found.
This big empty place in my heart, and it has been my whole life.
Raised by grandparents, she's never known her dad.
I don't know if he'll want a relationship. If he doesn't, I'm okay with that.
Has he fled the country?
Who are you? You're a private investigator or something, are you?
I just really want to meet him so that I can put a face to the name.
And he fathered a child that he never saw grow up.
I was 16, I was working in sharing sheds.
Now he's scared that it's too late to find his daughter, but his other children are pushing him.
I'm the only girl, and I always wanted a sister.
It's quite hard to know that we've got somebody out there that we don't know.
Families that are lost and found. They're always unpredictable.
I've never known my dad. I grew up in Greymouth. and apparently he lived just up the road. But he never came to see me, and I don't even know what he looks like. Can you please help me find Peter Mackey, the dad I've never seen or spoken to?
After growing up without her dad, there comes a time when he simply must be found.
Ready? That one's for you.
32-year-old Melissa Glanville lives in Darfield, outside of Christchurch. She met her husband Luke when they were just 16. They now have 2 boys,
One's like it.
Slade and Jason.
Do you reckon Jason can get all the rings?
Yes.
Having a close family means a lot to Mel because growing up, her family was very different.
Hey, I'm on.
Mel was born to a teenage West Coaster. 3 months later, she was adopted by her mother's parents. So little Mel grew up with her grandparents, who loved her very much and treated her as a daughter. Mel still sees her mum occasionally, but she's always wanted to know her birth dad. Glad he's in there.
He's friendly, come on through.
So, why are you looking for your dad?
It's a big empty piece in my heart, and it has been my whole life. I want to find him.
What do you know about your dad?
He was a miner, lived on the West Coast, that he owned his own auto mechanics place. Apart from that, I don't really know much.
Mel can remember being 8 years old at a dairy in Greymouth. Her grandfather pointed to a man and told her that was her dad.
He said, "Do you know who that was?" And I was like, "No." And he said, "Well, that's your father, that's Peter Mackey." All I remember is the back of him.
He never came round to see you, tried to find you?
No, not ever, as far as I know.
Tough question, but why do you want to meet a man who's ignored you your whole life?
I need closure. I need to see his face. That's pretty much the most important thing.
All the people in Mel's life support her search for her birth father, her natural mother, the grandparents who adopted her, and especially her own close family. She's been with Luke for 16 years now.
She's the love of my life, man. She's my everything. And, you know, like, there's this guy out there that hasn't met this beautiful daughter he's got. You know, he's missing out on a lot.
I thought about him often. I always wanted to meet him. Yeah, I feel sad and empty, just confused as to how he could have stayed away for as long as what he has.
Oh, hello, I was trying to get hold of a Peter Mackey who used to work in Greymouth. The first thing I find out is that, as Mel suspects, Peter Mackey is long gone from the west coast of New Zealand. Anything else you can tell me? But when I search Australian records, I find a Peter Mackey who owns a mechanics business. Then through the company's office, I track him to a place called Armidale, outside of Perth. The records of this Peter Mackey's time in Australia, constantly moving, suggests a restless character. I've now got a phone number. I need to find out if I have the right man.
Hello, Peter speaking.
Hello, Peter. My name's David Lomas, and I'm wondering by chance whether you're the Peter Mackey from Greymouth.
Why is that?
Well, a woman who I believe is your daughter is looking for you.
Who are you? You're a private investigator or something, are you?
I've just been asked to help by your daughter.
Who is it for, though? What's her name?
Her name is Melissa.
Oh, right, okay. Look, I've never known the little girl. We're all young men and do stupid things when we're young, don't we?
Well, I'm here in Armidale. I was wondering whether by chance I could catch up with you later today. I got a video message which Mel would like me to show you. Peter Mackey agrees to meet me at an Armadale pub, but given his unenthusiastic response on the phone, I'm unsure if he'll show up. "32-year-old Darfield mum, Melissa Glanville, has never met her father. I'm in West Australia, hoping I've found him. You Peter?
Peter's, yes. It is.
Hi, I'm David.
How you going, David?
Got you a beer, I hope you like one.
Good, thanks so much.
So, as I said to you, a woman I believe is your daughter, Mel, she's looking for you.
Interesting.
Yeah. So, what happened? You were 18 and did you know about Mel?
No. I knew of her, yes, but I didn't meet her. I've never seen her. Apart from playing on the curb, that's the last time I've seen her.
And over the years, did you ever wonder what that little girl of yours looked like? What happened to her?
I've wondered, my cousin said about her.
Yeah.
Over many years, but I've never heard anything, never heard of a mother again or anything else.
Well, now she's looking for you.
I figured this would happen down the track a fair way.
Well, she's done a video message which she's asked me to show you. Would you like to see it?
Yes.
Okay. If you push that little button there.
Hi, Peter. My name is Mel, and I'm your daughter. I really want to meet you. I've known about you my whole life, but I know nothing about you. I don't know what you look like or what you sound like. You've got 2 beautiful grandchildren that I want you to meet, and I have a wonderful husband that wants to meet you as well. So please, please agree to meeting me.
There's a little tear in your eye. What do you reckon?
Time to talk about it, isn't it?
So if I was to bring her over here to Armadale?
If she believes it, well, and everyone else does, well, that's fine, yeah.
I could get her over here in a couple of weeks.
I'll meet her, yes.
Peter Mackey has led an itinerant life since he arrived in Australia almost 30 years ago. He moved here when his Kiwi wife ran off with another man.
I come here to start a new life. It's been a hard road. Real hard. I come here with no money or nothing, so I'm nothing.
He has a son from that marriage and a granddaughter. Peter now lives alone. Back in Canterbury, Mel and Luke know I've been searching for her father, but they don't know yet where I've been. So if we could find your dad, what are you hoping for?
Acknowledgement. I don't know if he'll want a relationship. If he doesn't, I'm okay with that. I just really want to meet him so that I can put a face to the name.
Well, I'd just like you, if you could, to have a listen to this. Just push the button there. It's a lady who believes she might be your daughter. Her name is Melissa.
Oh, right, okay. I know who you mean, yes. Look, I've never known the little girl. I've seen her on the footpath at her mother and father's house there.
Would you be happy to catch up with Melissa?
Yeah, no problem.
Cool.
She sounds cool.
Cool, so he does want to meet me then?
Who wouldn't want to meet you?
Cool, that's made my day. Mum and Dad are going to be really happy too, aren't they?
They are.
So, would you like to go and meet him?
Yes, definitely.
So he lives a long way away in Perth. Would you be happy to go there?
Wow. Yeah. you can see, it means a lot to Luke too.
It does.
One week later, Mel and Luke arrive in Perth and travel to Armidale. This is the first time they have ever been out of New Zealand.
Give me the up and down. Yeah. Just checking your hair out.
Peter is waiting to see the daughter he only saw a glimpse of as a child. Mel, you've been thinking about this for a long time. Have you got a picture in your head of what sort of person he is?
Well, I'm hoping that he's something like me, because he'll be easygoing and have a good sense of humour.
Drives a Ford, we're hoping.
You must have thought about what your dad looks like.
It's the craziest thing. I can't picture him at all.
Because everybody says she looks like your mum, but we don't.
Yeah, I want to see if I look like my dad.
Look like your dad.
Well, if you walk down here,
Yeah.
at the top of the car park there's a white van,
Yeah.
and I think you'll work out who your dad is. But do you want to go out too?
If I'm allowed, if she wants me there.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Off you go.
I hope he doesn't look like you. I don't want two of yous.
I hope he does. I need a best friend.
When I started walking, I got all shaky. Very, very scared. Here we go. We're gonna have to open the gate. Thanks.
Oh, she was freaking. I could feel her shaking. I couldn't imagine what she was thinking. You're gonna have to go there.
I didn't know what I was gonna see. It was gonna be someone that I liked or... Hi.
How you going?
Oh.
Yeah, good.
Great to meet you.
Well, it is. It is,
man.
It's a special thing.
It's awesome, man. Exactly what we
Oh my God.
pictured, man. You're awesome, man. Told you about it.
Wow. I knew exactly who he was as soon as I saw him because he looks like me. I can't stop looking at you.
Oh, she's my girl, that's for sure. Beautiful girl. It's good to meet her, that's the thing.
You ride, man?
Got my bike, yep.
What do you ride, man?
I've got to sort my Harley, I've got to Triumph.
Yes, mate. Good stuff.
All the thoughts that I'd had just were right. It's a very amazing feeling.
We're discussing all this stuff today.
Yeah.
When I gave him a hug, it felt right. It felt comfortable. It was meant to be. And you are a mechanic.
Legendary.
Finally, Mel has been able to get the answers to all her questions.
Had a really good day with him yesterday. Stayed there till like 10 o'clock at night, just talking and talking and talking. Has like the same taste in music as me, into all the same things as me. He's cool. He's so much like Luke. It just shows that girls do pick men like their fathers. I'm real glad you've got a Triumph. I can't believe I have a bikey husband and a bikey dad.
Peter is looking forward to seeing more of his long-lost daughter.
I hope I do spend more time with them, and hopefully they're welcome to come back anytime.
It's unreal, man.
I feel different now. I definitely know who I am now. Yeah, all questions answered.
Hi, my name's Tahai Tate. I've just joined this program to look for my daughter, Wikitoria. It's been 20 years and I'm wanting to find out where she is.
Kia ora, my name is Sherry Tate and I'm looking for my sister Wikitoria. I've been looking for her for a very long time and I really want to find her.
Kia ora, I'm Tahai Tate Jr. I'm looking for my sister, Wikitoria. I've known about you all my life. I've only got the courage now to come look for you.
She has nieces and nephews now, and it'll make a family for us. God.
Rotorua Kaumatua Tahai Tate is looking for his first child, a daughter who was named Wikitoria. Tahai is a 64-year-old Maori cultural liaison officer, and Wikitoria was conceived when he was a teenager.
I was 16, I was working in the sharing sheds over in Gisborne, a place called Tiniroro. That was kind of hard work, pressing and that, and her mother was working in the sheds as well. We were teenagers when we were going together, and you know, when you're young, you're full of it. And so yeah, we had a good relationship. Pretty fiery at times, but good for that age group.
But the strength of that relationship was tested when Tahai discovered that Wikitoria's mum was pregnant.
I didn't realise the depth of that, with a woman being pregnant, what they go through. Didn't know too much about anything. I also had pressure from my extended family that I shouldn't marry her or hook up with her. So she decided to go back to Whakatane.
So, looking back, I mean, how do you feel about the decisions you made then?
Because I never had anything to do with her. It doesn't mean to say that I wouldn't love her just like my other children. And I've only just thought about her all the time.
Seven years after Wikitoria was born, Tahai was visiting family in Whakatane, the same town that her mother had moved to. He saw his young daughter playing in the street. Tahai was later given a photo of Wikitoria, but has not seen her since that time in Whakatane.
I was a bit shy to go over because I didn't know whether she knew about me or not.
Tahai went on to marry and had 3 other children, Tahai Jr., Niwa and Sherry. But for years, Wikitoria has been the missing link in his family.
It's been difficult now that I've got grown children. There's been a sort of a vacuum, a void, knowing that she's out there.
Tahai lives at Rotorua's Ohinimutu village, home to the famous and beautiful Te Papaiuru Marai and St. Faith's Church. He says Wikitoria has a proud heritage.
She's descended from very astute, very loving warrior women that are revered in our history.
That one?
Yeah.
That's Dad.
I reckon he's only just cracking 20 or something.
He looks young, eh?
His old dad, they looked pretty suave back in the day.
Yeah.
Sherry and Tahai Jr., 2 of Tahai's 3 other children, are determined to help their dad find their missing sister.
I was about 9 years old and I found a photo of her in our family photo albums. I didn't know who she was, obviously. Yeah. I asked my dad and he told me that it was his daughter. And since then I've just been fascinated because I'm the only girl. I have 2 brothers and I always wanted a sister.
And Tahai?
Because I've always grown up really tight with our family and stuff. It's quite hard to know that we've got somebody out there, part of our family, that we don't know.
What would it mean for your dad if I can find Wikitoria?
I think it would mean the world to him. She's there and she's okay.
Like, to me, my dad, he's all about whakapapa and, you know, making connections, you know, connecting people together. So I know that for him to connect with her would be huge.
It'd be different having a female. Might have some arguments. No. I'm the boss, really.
No one knows more than Tahai that Wikitoria may feel that the time for reconnecting with him and her brothers and sister has long passed, that it may just be too late.
It wouldn't feel good, but I would probably have to accept that. She may be a grandmother herself now, and then I've missed out on my grandchildren. But yeah, if you find her in there and she wants to talk to me or her brothers and sisters, she'll feel safe and welcome by her family and love. No problem about that.
Amongst all this complex web of family history, marriedom, and the impending search for Wikitoria, there is something that stands out. It's the name Tahai. Why is that name familiar? I have a suspicion I've heard it before. I'm searching for the daughter of Rotorua Kaumatua Tahai Tate. The name Tahai suddenly triggers a memory. Looking back through search records, incredibly, there is an applicant on file who is searching for someone called Tahai.
Hi, my name's Ricky Hassan, and I'm looking for my birth father, Tahai Tate.
It's an amazing coincidence. Checking dates and birth records reveals that this Ricky Hassan is actually the Wikitoria that Tahai has been searching for. But her file also reveals there's been a recent email. It seems odd that Ricky has suddenly withdrawn her application. I need to find out why.
Yeah?
Oh, hello, is that Ricky?
Speaking.
Ricky, it's David Lomas here.
Oh, hi, David. We spoke a few months back.
Yes, we did talk a while ago, but I see that you've pulled out from trying to find your dad.
Yeah, I did. I didn't really want to go through with it anymore.
Well, look, I'm coming down to Nelson in the next week or so. I was wondering if I could catch up with you. If Ricky really doesn't want to meet Tahai, there's no way he's going to get to meet her. I've told Ricky I'll be waiting for her in Nelson if she wants to talk further. But so far it seems like she's not going to show up. She clearly has no idea that a loving family is actually looking for her.
Morning.
Hello. Fortunately, Ricky has decided to meet me.
What would you like to drink?
The difficulty now is that if she doesn't want to meet her birth father anymore, then Tahai and his family's search will be fruitless.
Right. So, you were looking for your dad?
I wasn't, but I thought, yeah, I might give it a go.
Yeah.
And then I pulled out of it. I was scared, actually, that I was going to be rejected. I guess it probably comes from, you know, when I was left as a baby by my biological mother.
So you weren't raised with your mother virtually at all?
We were both put into a family foster home in Rotorua.
You and your mum?
Yeah, because she was 19 at the time. I think I was 18 months or something. And she left me there. So I guess, yeah, I guess from a very little child, no one likes rejection, do they? Some people it makes stronger, some people it makes a little bit weaker.
Ricky tells me that after her birth mother left her in the foster home, she was made a ward of the state and then taken on by foster parents.
Long leg or something.
Ricky still occasionally saw her mum and her mum's other children as she grew up, but these were compulsory visits enforced by social welfare.
Was that couple who adopted you Maori or...?
No, they were white, yeah. And they had 7 of their own kids biologically before they took me on.
And your upbringing, it's not been Maori at all?
No. My biological mother's side are right into the Maori culture, and they rejected me because I was too white. They all said to me, "Are you too white? You even dress white, you talk white." You know, like, that was really hard because it's like, well, it's not my fault. I was brought up with a white family. It's really not my fault. I've never learnt it. But you look at me and I look like a Maori and I look like I should know because I'm 45 years old.
Do you know anything about your dad?
No. No.
Not a thing?
Not anything.
And if he was a person embedded in Maori culture and things
I'd
like
love it.
Can I show you something?
Oh, my God, yeah?
I spoke to this man the other day.
Yeah?
And if you were just to push that button down there, have a watch of this.
Hi, Victoria. I'm your dad.
No way.
I've spent a long time looking for you.
No way.
I really want to meet you, and so do the rest of your brothers and sisters. So, Victoria, in the background you'll see on Marai, you belong to this place. We'd like you to also meet your extended whānau from here. So, if you really want to come and meet us, we'll welcome you back into our whānau.
Is he my father?
Yes, it is.
Isn't he? It's amazing.
There's a very strange thing in this one, and they came to us to try and find you.
No way.
Your dad calls you Victoria. You have 2 brothers, 1 sister, and they're the ones who have also been really, really involved in trying to find you.
You have to tell them how white I am. Like, I want them to know. Because I want them to know that I'm not like them.
Why are you worried about that?
I don't want them to think of me as white. Like, I just want them to think of me as theirs. That's all.
Ricky's married to a merchant seaman who's currently working out of Dubai.
What did you do?
They have 6 children, aged from 5 to 23.
Good boy.
She has a background in hairdressing and is now an artist working with glass. Ricky has lived in the Nelson area ever since relocating with her Pākehā foster family when she was 5.
It was great. It was hard working. I got taught, you know, good morals, good work ethic. I was loved, I was fed, I was clothed. And all my foster siblings, they were just my brothers and sisters. I was part of their family. But I've never, ever indulged in my heritage. I've been too scared to, for fear of rejection.
Ricky's foster mum passed away 5 years ago, bringing up new feelings of loss.
Missing my mum kind of spurred me to want something like blood, I think. I just want to belong. I feel like I want to belong to a family that's really mine.
It's unusual news that I bring to Tahai Tate and his daughter Sherry in Rotorua. They have no idea that father and daughter have been looking for each other. For Tahai, there's the anxiety that he's left his search too late, that he's missed the opportunity to reconnect with his daughter, whom he last saw from a distance when she was only 7 years old.
Grab a seat. Cool. Well, I've been doing some searching and I've got something to show you. You've been looking for your daughter and you for your sister for some time now.
Yeah.
Well, interestingly, someone's been looking for you.
Okay.
So if you just push that button there. I'm helping 64-year-old Tahai Tate to find the daughter he hasn't seen for almost 40 years. In a bizarre twist, she, at the same time, is looking for him. So if you just push that button there.
Hi, Tahai. My name's Ricky, and I'm your daughter.
Oh,
I don't know if you know about me, but I've known your name for quite a while now, and would love to meet you. I have 6 kids.
Wow.
Who were born in Nelson. I've lived in Nelson for the last 40 years.
40 years.
But there's always been a part of us missing. We'd all love to meet you, and we'd love you to meet us too.
Cool.
Gorgeous.
Yeah.
So she was looking for us?
Yeah, tēnā pui e ia koe. That's so cool.
She's got 6 kids. Fabulous. Good to fight with.
Alright, good to fight. Oh, mate.
So, that's your daughter? What do you think of her?
Beautiful.
She looks like us.
She's beautiful.
I've got to tell you, she's worried about one thing. She was adopted and raised in a very Pākehā family. And she's a little bit worried that she might be too white for you guys.
Right.
Okay.
And hasn't really been involved too much in her Marai side.
Oh, okay, that's okay. We'll teach her if she wants to learn. Well, I will.
Yeah, no, there's no problem with us. I was a bit frightened that she may not want to meet us. Been so long. And now I've realised I've got 6 grandchildren from her. Just makes it even so much better.
A week later, Ricky flies from Nelson to Rotorua. All she knows is that she is to be formally welcomed onto a marae to meet Tahai, her birth father. As this is likely to be a daunting prospect for this cautious white Maori, I've arranged for Ricky to meet her brothers and sister first. So you're here in Rotorua and you're going to go and meet your father's family today. How do you feel about that?
More nervous than excited, because I don't like the unknown. It's a bit scary.
What's the most terrifying thing about today?
I think I've had a whole lifetime full of rejection, so I don't really know any other way.
You have a brother and sisters on your mum's side. Why is this different?
It's different now because these people actually want to meet me. I'm not being forced to go and visit because the social welfare told me I had to.
27-year-old Sherry has been instrumental in encouraging her dad to find his long-lost daughter, and she's waiting with her older brothers, Tahai Jr. and Niwa. So how does it feel to have a new member of the family arrive?
I don't know, I've never felt this feeling before, so you know, it's all new to me.
Sort of wonder what she looks like and you know what she's been doing for her life. And
It's different. I'm the only girl. No. So there's going to be another one. So, I'm just excited, nervous.
So if you were to look over your left shoulder there and you just down there you see 3 people waiting for you?
Yep.
That's your 2 brothers, Tahai and Niwa, and your sister Sherry. Would you like to go and say hello to them?
I'd love to.
Okay. Off you go. Good luck.
I was nervous walking down there. I wasn't really sure what to think, actually. So, finally, I'm coming home.
sis. How are you? Be fine. Nice to meet you.
You too. Hi, must be me. Hi, beautiful.
Maya.
Hi. Yeah. Beautiful. The hugs, just holding them was just beautiful because I know that they want me.
I know. I don't know what this feeling's called. Yeah, it was weird. Yeah, it was good weird, but weird. Oh, not weird.
You're beautiful. You guys are beautiful. Oh, wow. Hi.
I can't describe it, man. All I know is I'm happy, you know.
You know, this is what I wanted all of my life.
We were worried that you might know about us, but you didn't really.
I didn't. I had no clue. No clue. Like I said.
We were looking up the wrong name for starters. Yeah. No wonder we couldn't find you.
To have someone to belong to is really all I've wanted. Yeah.
We belong here.
Thank you.
For Ricky, meeting her new family has only just begun. Tomorrow she will face her first formal Marai welcome, and there she will meet her father, Tahai. I started out helping Rotorua Kaumatua Tahai Tate to find his missing daughter, only to find in a bizarre coincidence that his daughter was also looking for him. Now, after meeting her new brothers and sister, Ricky and her dad Tahai will finally meet each other. Extended family are gathering.
Listen up! Down on my head, please. There's no idea on one.
Tahai is overseeing preparations on the Marai. A big welcome is planned. Word is already out that Ricky is in town.
How are you? Are you excited?
Yes, we've met her.
Have you?
Yeah.
Meanwhile, for Ricky, the tension is building as she comes closer to her first Marai welcome and to meeting her birth father.
So this is where Dad and them grew up?
Oh.
It's been a revelation meeting her younger sister Sherry, who's taken on the task of introducing Ricky to her family's heritage.
So that's Ngongo Tahai.
Oh, wow.
That's the manga for this area.
Oh, that's my mountain.
Yeah.
Oh, she's amazing. It's just so exciting to me. I hope I can fit it all in. It's going to be awesome.
You know.
But now the moment has come that Tahai and Ricky have both yearned for and feared for so many years. Ricky afraid that she would never be able to embrace her Maori culture, that her father would not want to know her. And Tahai fearful that he'd left it all too late. The girl, born to Maori parents but raised by a Pākehā family, is now faced with the full force of her birthright, her culture and her family.
Oh, I found the haka really emotionally, spiritually. Oh, it was just amazing. It made me cry, of course. And it just felt right.
Where's my dad?
It was quite an emotional time for me. I can't explain in words how I felt, really. Tiro, tiro, ki taku tau, kei hea, kei hea, kei runga ke, kei raro ke, kei roto ki taku.
It's the first time that Ricky knowingly has been in the presence of her father, and it's a bold statement of Tahai's pride that he's assembled nearly 80 family members to share the meeting.
Beautiful.
My daughter. Always been my daughter.
It was just amazing. I just wanted to hold him and talk to him all day, but I didn't want to overwhelm him with, my love for him.
I was one of many waiting for her. And as a dad, I'm so pleased that she came. Her waiter has always been with us. That's her spirit, because we knew of her. So she was always in our thoughts. Now she's just arrived physically and we can see her. So I feel really happy.
Oh, she's cool. She fit in straight away with all the whānau. And she's in now, so she can't go anywhere else.
So the former foster child who grew up in the South Island, far away from her Maori heritage, now has more family and culture than she ever dreamed of. Happy?
Very, can you see? Yep.
And her dad, the teenager who missed out on his daughter growing up, can finally get to know her.
I explained to her that I was frightened of being rejected by her rather than anything. And I was just pleased that she came along.
My brothers are so excited. We're just all happy. Yeah.
Ricky is in constant contact with her new family and can't wait to bring her own children to Rotorua and to what is now her place to stand.
I belong here. I belong to my people, and it's a new beginning, and I feel loved, really, really unconditionally loved, which feels really good. And I feel proud to be part of this whānau. It's so exciting.
Next week on Lost and Found. Tonight on Lost and Found.
I went in, ran in, switched it over, looking at him.
Growing up without his father, Ted was shocked to see him on TV.
He got to choose some prizes and he said, I'll take the wetsuits for my son.
But a broken promise left him wanting.
After that, the years went by and I miss him hard out.
He last saw his mother when he was 4.
The circumstances were pretty unpleasant.
Later, an angry phone call left him bitter.
And I threw the telephone number away.
Now, a health scare has pushed him to find her.
Just over a year ago, I had a heart attack and almost died.
And a broken family. A girl wants her dad.
My mother has always told me that my father never wanted a relationship with me, and I guess he just didn't really care.
Michael can be quite complicated.
What did he say?
Families that are lost and found.
A little bit longer, you know.
They're always unpredictable.
I was buzzing out far, man. Hi, my name is Ted Grant. I've been looking for my father, Jack Brooking. It's been 28 years since I've seen you. I haven't seen you since I was 7. It's important to me that I find him for myself and for my children and my family.
Human nature is interesting. A child's wish for acceptance by a parent never wavers. Ted Grant's a keen surfer, and every chance he gets, he's in the water with his daughter, Simona. The surfing is a link back to his father. As a youngster, Ted was taught to surf by his dad, but that was the last contact they had. Ted's a proud dad. With partner Tanya, they have 3 children, 9-year-old Savan, Kira, 5, and Levi, 2. Ted works in forestry on the East Coast, driving trucks and building logging roads. I fly to Gisborne and then drive 150 kilometres north to remote Tiki Tiki to meet Ted. Ted's mother had a short relationship with a man called Jack Brooking in Wellington in the 1970s, but that relationship ended when his mother moved home to Wairoa, taking Ted with her. But in spite of being 400 kilometres apart, Ted regularly saw his dad in the early years.
When was the last time you saw your dad?
The last time I've actually been with him was when I was 7. He was gone and all my childhood with my father disappeared.
When he was 14, years after his dad's last visit, Ted suddenly saw him on a television game show.
I saw him on Wheel of Fortune. My auntie rang me up and told me my father was on TV, so I went in, ran in, switched it over. Looking at him, I was buzzing out. Oh, man, just kept looking at him, and then I can remember him saying, because he won the round or something, and he got to choose some prizes, and he said, I'll take the wetsuits for my son, who I haven't seen for a very long time. And yeah, I knew he was talking about me. I've held on for that for ever since he said that. And that's the last time that I've ever seen him acknowledge me, was that time. And after that, the years went by and no contact at all.
For almost 30 years, Ted has wondered why Jack Brooking disappeared from his life. I start my search for the long-missing Jack without much success, but when I locate his birth records, I find his full name is Jack Manihira Brooking. Such a distinctive middle name makes my search easier. On the company's office website, I find Jack Manihira Brooking as the director of a business. And then on that business's website, I find a phone number.
Good afternoon. Oh, hello. Look, my name's David Blamus. Are you by chance Jack or Jackson?
Jackson.
Well, the reason I'm calling is someone's looking for you.
Oh, is that right? His name's not Ted Grant, is it?
Jack, I discover, is curious about his son. Jack lives in Wellington, has an 18-year-old son, a new partner, and runs a gardening and maintenance company. But I asked Jack if he can meet me in Te Aroha, a small town right on the East Cape. It's where Jack was raised and where his Pākehā ancestors landed in New Zealand.
Well, there's no doubt who you are.
Thank you. How are you?
Good. Come and grab a seat. So this is where the Brookings come from, is it?
Yes, it is. The first settlers that came in was Julian Arthur Brooking. Yeah. Came across, met our Māori ancestor who was already here, Tapete Gerard.
Yeah. Great spot, isn't it? Were you ever on a TV program, Wheel of Fortune?
Yes, I was, yes.
Yeah. He saw you on there when he was a young teenager?
That would have been about 18, 19 years ago.
He remembers you winning a wetsuit and saying, this is for my son, who I haven't seen for a while.
Aha.
And you never turned up to give him that wetsuit?
I didn't actually win the wetsuits. They were prizes that were up for grabs.
How did you lose contact with your boy?
I saw him when he was born, and then his mother wanted to bring him up in Wirral. I tried to keep in contact every day. I wrote to him for about probably a full month, but I never got a response at all. And ever since then, I've been in the dark. So I've got no idea where he is. And I just thought to myself, well, if I can't find him, if he wants to find me, he'll find me.
So would you like to see him? See what he has to say to you?
I'd love to see my boy.
So, this fella, that's your boy.
Hi Jack, I'm Ted. I'm your son. I'm the guy you haven't seen since I was 7 years old. If I can reach out and hug you, I would. Hopefully that day will come. I want you to meet my children. I love you, Dad.
He looks like my father.
So, that's your boy?
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Oh. It's a shock to see a fully grown man. That is your son.
Yeah.
You know, that's your boy.
Happy to meet him?
Lovely. I'm wrapped. And I can't wait to meet him.
The next day, I head from Te Aroha, 20 kilometres south, to Tiki Tiki. It's incredible that Ted should be living so close to his ancestral home without even realising it. But before I tell him the news, I have a few questions for Ted and for his partner, Tanya. You've been looking for your dad for a long time now. What have you done to try and find him?
I've looked up ancestry.com, looked up the phone books and stuff, and even rung down Wellington about it, about all the Jack bookings down there, and still haven't been able to get any positive out of it.
What would it mean to him to find his dad?
Really awesome. It would be awesome.
If I can find your dad, what would you say to him?
Well, I'd probably do what comes natural, but I'd definitely give him a hug, definitely talk to him, yeah, get him to write out the missing information in my birth certificate. Ever since I've been growing up, all the information about him stays unknown. I was hoping that if I do get the chance to meet him again, and if he could fill those missing gaps out for me, like his birth date and ethnicity.
So you don't know his ethnicity, whether he's Marai, Pākehā, or what?
I'm pretty sure he's Pākehā, but I really don't know. He's not Māori.
Well, I've met with your dad.
Oh, yeah.
I have found forestry worker Ted Grant's dad. They haven't seen each other for almost 30 years. There's another surprise for Ted.
I'm pretty sure he's Pākehā, but I really don't know. He's not Māori.
Well, I've met with your dad.
Oh, yeah.
He's a Maori chap.
Okay.
His roots are in Te Aroha, just up the road there. And he's going to come and see you tomorrow.
Hard up. Thank you.
Jack has asked that the meeting with his son be the next day because on this rare visit back to the East Coast, he needs to visit his father and tell him that a lost loved one is about to return. For Jack, it's a spiritual moment, a cleansing process.
Hey, Dad. Good to be near you again. I've got a special gift for you, Dad. I'm about to meet my oldest boy, Ted. What better way to bring him back to the whānau than by bringing him to you guys here, and just showing him where you are and what lineage he's from.
The next morning, Ted is in Te Aroha with his daughter, Sivan.
Yeah, I did a hockey tackle.
Did he do any good runs?
She has come to support her dad as he meets his dad and her grandfather. When you lost contact with your dad, do you have any idea why that happened?
I don't know why. No, I don't know.
He says he wrote a letter to you every day after he last saw you. He says he probably wrote about 30 letters.
I might have got read one to me, but I can't remember if that was from him. No, I don't remember them.
That dad who wrote you all the letters, he's waiting to meet you.
Yep, hard up.
So if you were to walk around, just around there in front of a tree, that guy's your dad. So good luck. 28 years.
very missed you.
I had butterflies going on, totally nervous, almost tripping over. Yeah, when I saw him, all my memories started coming back. Then I got a hug and I held my emotions in. And then we started being natural. Then the butterfly started slowly going away.
Can't get enough of this. It's quite appropriate that we're under this 600-year-old Pahutakawa. That's a landmark of Te Araroa. This is the strength of our people. This is where the roots are. So where you been all my life? So this is the little one.
Yeah.
Oh, she's so small. No, compared to us.
Hugging my dad was emotional. I felt like it was meant to be, natural.
That's lovely out there, isn't it?
I feel like, yeah, the puzzle's been put together, and yeah, I got him now.
There we go. And we smile.
Looking at my daughter and her grandfather. Honestly, I didn't think I'd see that.
Sweet.
What an awesome sight.
For Jack, meeting his son and his son's family has been uplifting.
It's a good feeling to know that, you know, your son's turned up. Got it, Jack? And you've got some mokos to carry on your lineage.
Before heading back to Wellington, Jack leaves two special parting gifts: his name on Ted's birth certificate and his heritage.
Not having my father's heritage and ethnicity, it's bothered me for a long time. That'll help me a tremendous amount. So this is my grandfather, and this is your great-granddaughter, Sivan. And my mate lives down the road, and I was coming past here all the time, and I didn't even know it. This is my whakapapa. This is our whakapapa, our blood, our whānau.
It's just, it's a wonderful feeling. I couldn't be more rapt. My little boy's growing up, but he's still my little boy.
Ted and Jack are now in regular contact. They've had a family holiday together, and Ted's headed to Wellington with Sivan to meet his younger brother.
All that weight's lifted off my shoulders, and I feel treasured, happy. I feel happy.
Hi, my name's Alan Davey. I've been looking for my mum since I was 4 years old. I've looked down all sorts of avenues and alleyways and come up blank. I'm hoping you can help me. I've simply run out of leads.
50-year-old Alan Davey was born on England's south coast, near Brighton, and moved to New Zealand more than 20 years ago.
It was very different from the UK, but I liked it. I've never been back since.
Now a New Zealand citizen, Alan works as a maintenance supervisor. He and his wife Marissa live on a South Auckland lifestyle block, a long way from his south of England childhood.
This is a photograph of my father's football team.
Alan's parents' marriage ended when he was 3. He was placed into the care of relatives, but still saw his parents occasionally.
This is my father here, and there's me. I would have been about 6.
So when was the last time you saw your mother?
In 1968, and the circumstances were pretty unpleasant.
Alan was in a park in Brighton with his father when his dad suddenly spotted his mother with another man.
All of a sudden, my father flew across the park, and I remember vividly him grabbing the chap, pressing him against an iron lamppost. It was pretty horrendous, sort of a scenario.
So then after that?
After that, I don't remember seeing my mother again.
After a few years staying with relatives, Alan returned to his father's care. His mother was not in his life.
So for many years I did shut off feelings for my mother.
But later, in his early 20s, Alan's curiosity drove him to find his mother's telephone number and to call her, but it didn't go well.
I didn't think her explanation was good enough, and I threw the telephone number away.
Alan then moved to New Zealand, leaving all thoughts of his mother behind. But then a health scare prompted a change of attitude.
Just over a year ago, I had a heart attack and almost died. We were out at the shops. I collapsed. I managed to survive thanks to my wife.
What were you feeling, knowing you might die?
Just thinking inside myself, no, not now. Just not now. A little bit longer, you know.
How do you think that's affected your life?
The latest this and the latest that, most of that really doesn't mean much to me at all anymore. What means far more to me is laughing with my wife or snuggling into bed at night and the things that really matter.
Like finding your mother?
And finding my mother would be part of that, yes.
Alan's father passed away 4 years ago, giving him even more reason to find his mother. Marissa, Alan's second wife, is right behind him in his quest.
He's a very good man. I only wish I'd met him earlier. I mean, he's given me so much, and I want what's best for him, and he wants to find his mum, whether she's with us or passed on or whatever. Yeah. It must have been hard for her because, I mean, you've got to see both sides of the story, so, yeah.
I'd like to find out what sort of person she is, because I believe she's probably a good person. I don't know what that's going to bring. Good, bad, who knows?
Alan suspects his mother has remarried, so I don't know what last name she'll be using. I start my search using Brenda's maiden name, and I trace her through 3 marriages, arriving at a Brenda Williams. Then on 192.com, I find she is living in South Wales, but there's no phone number. But there is a way to get a message to her that will attract her attention. A few days later, I have a phone number. Brenda wants to talk.
Hello.
Oh, hello, is that Brenda?
Yes.
Oh, Brenda, it's David Lomas here, and I'm ringing from New Zealand.
Oh, yes.
Well, I hope the flowers I sent to you got to you okay.
They were lovely, lovely. I was so surprised when the man came to the door.
Well, what I'm ringing you about is your boy Alan's looking for you.
Yeah, yeah.
He's done a video message that he'd like me to show to you.
Wow. Oh.
You and Alan had a bit of a falling out?
Well, yes, I'm a bit gobsmacked, really, because he did get in touch with me before in the 90s. I wrote, sent photos, and I waited, you know, and was looking at the post box every day, and nothing happened.
Well, would you be happy to meet me and I could show you Alan's message?
I'm a bit, you know, on the nervous side this time, if it's real.
I'm heading to the UK. My journey is taking me to Llanelli, just west of Cardiff, on the south coast of Wales. It's where Brenda now lives. Llanelli is now a steel town, but it's mostly famous for its rugby and its beer. I'm curious to meet this woman who I've tracked through multiple marriages and name changes. Are you by chance Brenda? English-born Alan Davey hasn't seen his mother since he was 4. I've just found her in Wales. Are you by chance Brenda?
Yes.
Hello, I'm David.
How do you do? Nice to meet you.
Grab this table. I've just been reserving it for us.
Right.
Ooh.
Oh, I'm nervous.
So you're nervous?
I'm very nervous,
Yeah.
but excited as well.
That's good.
Yes.
The story with you and Alan is a bit complicated. What happened?
Well, he spent most of his life with his father because his father was better at looking after kids than me. I just couldn't cope.
Alan recalls a pretty horrific end to your marriage.
No, we were still friends. We have spoken on the phone, his father and I.
Well, the last thing Alan remembers of you is your ex-husband beating up the man you were going out with.
No, I don't know anything of that, no.
That fight, or the fight he recalls, is the reason he's got some resentment towards you.
No, there's never, ever been any fighting whatsoever. Not on my part.
For more than 20 years, Alan says he never heard from you. Did you ever think about him?
When he was about 6, I used to go to Worthing, where he lived, with his father. And I'd take him out for the day, usually on a Sunday or a Saturday sometimes. In the end, it did just tail off.
Do you got any idea what he still looks like?
No idea at all.
When was the last time you actually saw him?
When he was 6.
When he was 6.
Oh, thank you.
Well, if you push that button there, you'll see your boy.
Hi, Mum.
Oh,
It's
hello.
Alan.
Hello.
I hope you can accept me into your heart again after all these years.
Oh.
I'd love to have you as part of my life. I hope we can rebuild bridges.
Oh, we can.
And hopefully build a future together again after all this time.
We can.
I'd love to know more about you.
Oh, I'm
what happened
horrible.
in the past. So many questions and so little time. I love you.
Oh.
Whatever.
So that's your boy?
Yeah. Oh, he's lovely. I can't believe that little tiny boy is a man now.
So you'd be happy
Yeah.
for us to bring him here?
Yeah.
To Llanelli so you can meet him?
I'm so lucky to get another chance. I am.
Brenda, who's 70, is a former factory worker and now lives alone in a council flat. She moved to Wales after marrying her last husband. He passed away 5 years ago. Knowing she will soon meet her son again after 46 years has brought up mixed feelings.
I used to cry in bed most nights, and I thought he didn't want to see me anymore. I resigned myself that I would never see him.
Alan has been patiently waiting for news back in South Auckland. He doesn't know I've found his mum or that I've been to Wales.
When you called her all those years ago, you were quite abrupt, almost rude to her.
Well, I wasn't rude, but I was a bitter young man because I didn't know the full circumstances. I still don't know the full circumstances, but I'm sure they're probably not as black and white as I originally thought.
Well, I've been to a place called Llanelli in Wales.
In Wales?
And I met a woman there called Brenda. And I told her you were looking for her.
And you found her? You have, haven't you?
And she was very surprised.
Although I can understand from the telephone conversation I had with her all those years ago.
She was surprised and very happy.
Christ, thank you. Really? In Wales? I've been looking in Sussex.
Would you be happy to go to Wales to meet your mum?
Jesus. I'll go to Wales. Thank you so much.
For Alan Davey, this is the first time he's been back to the UK since leaving for New Zealand in 1992. Having now heard both sides of the story about the last time they saw each other, I'm keen to find out how clear Alan's memory of that event actually is.
It's like a photograph in my mind. I remember being at the park with my father.
Well, your mother has no memory of that at all. 50-year-old Alan Davey thought his mother would be somewhere on England's south coast, but I've found her in Wales. 70-year-old Brenda and her son have differing views on what happened when they last saw each other 46 years ago.
It's like a photograph in my mind. I remember being at the park with my father.
Well, your mother has no memory of that at all.
There's two sides to every story, I suppose.
Do you remember her coming and taking you out when you were about 6, maybe 7 years old?
I have no memory of that. It may well have happened, but I have no memory of that.
So how's it been for the last few weeks?
Oh, horrendous.
For Brenda, the long wait has been agonising. For although she's had multiple marriages, Alan is her only child.
Can't sleep. I'm very excited, but I'm also very apprehensive. But on the other hand, I can't wait to see Alan.
Well, I've been back to New Zealand and I've told him that we'd found you.
Yeah.
And he was just so blown away.
Oh.
Well, the good news is he's here in Llanelli now.
Yeah.
And I'll go and get him in a few minutes. You'll just have to wait over here and I'll be back.
I can come with you if you like.
No, you have to wait.
Where is he? He's here somewhere, isn't he? Come on, I can get on with it, eh?
All right, well, I'll go and get him.
Yeah, don't be long.
Well, your mum is just waiting round the corner here for you. I'm going to leave you here. Good luck.
David.
That's my boy. Hello. Hello. Oh, it's lovely to see you.
Nice to see you too.
Oh, it's a long time.
Been a long time, hasn't it?
You're taller than me.
Yeah. You still look the same.
Do I?
That hug just felt right. Real.
It was lovely, the hug. I had the hug of my life from my baby. And I thrilled to bits. Oh, I can't believe you, Mum.
Who cares about what happened? It's about now. It was smashing.
They've got decades of catching up to do. But first, Brenda's got a little bone to pick with me.
It was a long time, and I told you to be quick. But you was ages. Yeah.
The next day, and everyone's in good spirits. Brenda wants to introduce her son to her friends and to her boyfriend.
Look, look.
Who happens to be called Alan.
Hi, Mum.
Hiya, babe. You know what I've been thinking about all night?
What's that?
I didn't give you a kiss before I got out of the car.
Oh, you'd better do it now.
He's my boy. He's the best, isn't he? He's got to be. Get on the chair.
Sit down. Come and sit down, Alan. Come and sit
All right.
down there, boy.
We talked about our differences of what we believe to be the truth, but it's all ended up as insignificant.
I looked at the clock nearly every hour last night.
Brenda's already making plans to visit Alan and Marissa in New Zealand.
I'm going to save my pennies. If I have to walk there, I'll go. I'll go around the street collecting, perhaps. I might. I got the cheek.
Hi, I'm Marianne, and I've been looking for my father. I've always been raised in a Pākehā world, so I'd like to know a bit about where I come from and who I am. I'd really like to meet the dad I've never met.
Nursing student Marianne Thomas lives in Auckland with her partner, Adam McCool. 19-year-old Marianne has not seen her father, Michael Riker, who her mother Pauline had a brief affair with 20 years ago, since she was 3. She knows little about her dad or her family history. It's left her confused.
I've had people ask me if I've been adopted because, like, my mum's white and I'm obviously brown. And, I don't know anything about where I come from. I don't know, like, my heritage. I feel like I'm just a Pākehā with brown skin.
Marianne has just one photo of her father, taken on her 3rd birthday. At that time, Michael had visiting rights, but afterwards he disappeared from Marianne's life, apparently after Pauline blocked his visits, for reasons Marianne never knew.
My mother has always told me as well that my father never wanted a relationship with me and that I guess he just didn't really care.
So a man who
I don't know.
So a man who didn't care about you, but you want to find him, is that right?
It was just so hard seeing, like, other children with their, like, relationships with their fathers and knowing that I never had that.
The breakup between Marianne's parents was messy, and though her mum understands Marianne's wish to find her dad, she does not want to discuss the matter or assist. It's left Marianne with some burning questions for her dad.
I just want to ask him, like, why he left. Just kind of like why he hasn't been there for the majority of my life.
I can find no trace of Michael Riker, but on his birth certificate, I find his mother's maiden name is unusual. On Teranet, I find she owns properties under that name, Nolene Tajau. And at the same address in the White Pages, I find her under her married name, MacDonald. Oh, hello, is that Nolene?
Yes.
Hi, Nolene. My name is David Lomas, and I'm just trying to track down your son, Michael, because his daughter, your granddaughter, Marianne, is looking for him, but I can't track down a phone number for Michael.
Michael? Well, I will have to get in touch with him.
What do you think would be best? You talking to him about it or me giving him a ring?
I will approach Michael, because sometimes Michael can be quite complicated.
3 days later, I get a call from Nolene. She's going to try to bring Michael to meet me, so I'm hoping he'll turn up. Auckland student Marianne Thomas is searching for her birth father, Michael Riker. While I couldn't find him, I did find his mother, and I'm waiting to meet her and hopefully him. You must be Nolene and Michael? Hello, I'm David.
Hello, David.
Hi. Nice to meet you. Come and grab a seat over here and we'll have a chat. Michael, your daughter Marianne's looking for you. How does that feel?
Surprised. Yeah. Out of the ordinary kind of thing. Yeah.
How did it end up that you two got separated?
Oh, we just didn't get on. It was sad to leave.
And how's it been for you? Do you wonder what happened to your little girl?
Not one day goes by without me thinking of her.
It has been rough. Been rough for him. He's been sad and depressed. And, but I try to say to him, no, you get on with it. She'll come to you when she's ready.
Do you remember what she looks like?
Yes, yes. I only got one photo.
You've still got it?
Yes. I got one on my phone. Kept it all these years.
Can I just have a look at it? Oh, yeah, that's Marianne when she's young.
Yeah.
Do you look at it often?
I look at it on her birthday. Yeah, those days are quite sad.
Well, would you like to see what that little girl has become?
Yes, yes, I'd love to.
Hit that button there, it'll be your girl talking to you.
Hi, I'm Marianne, and you must be my father. I have been looking for you for a few years now, but throughout my life I've wondered where you are, what you've been doing, and if you have thought about me as well. I have been raised in a Pākehā world, so I'd like to know a bit about where I've come from and who I am, and also develop a relationship with you if you would let me. So if you can please agree to meet me, I would really, really enjoy that.
I'd love to, man. Love to. Just want to give her a big hug. I'd love to.
And Nolene?
No?
Oh, yes, definitely. Definitely. It's a long time coming.
Nolene tells me that Marianne not only has Maori blood, but also Chinese. Nolene's Chinese father arrived in New Zealand in the late 1940s to work as an electrical engineer. Marianne is on her way to meet with me. She has no idea her life is about to change.
And when was the last time you actually saw your dad?
I saw him on my 3rd birthday party.
Yeah.
He was only there for a few hours, I think, but the only memory I actually have is through a photo.
And do you know what he looks like?
He's a very dark man, quite short, probably around 5'3". He's just of Maori descent, really, that's all.
Well, I caught up with a very short man, I suppose, the other day.
Really?
Yeah. And he...
Really? What did he say?
He's always had a photo of you in his cell phone.
Does he want to meet me?
He's dying to meet you.
Thank you.
2 days later, daughter and father are about to meet. For Michael, particularly, the wait has been hard.
I'm here to try and be a better dad for her. I've got butterflies in the old tummy, nervous as, speechless.
When you meet your dad, what are you going to say to him?
I honestly don't know. I don't know.
Well, would you like to meet him?
Yeah.
If you look over your left shoulder, you can see down the end of the wharf there, there's a chap standing there. Go down and say hello to him. Darling.
not alone now. Look at you. It's all right, sweetheart. I'm here, okay? I'm here to help you, okay?
Mum kind of isolated me from the rest of the family as well, from her side.
I know. With the finding of her father, Marianne hopes that she will have closer family ties.
This is my partner, Adam.
G'day, Adam.
Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you.
You too. You looking after my girl?
That's good.
Last piece in the family to close that gap. The gap was open at the time when she wasn't there, but now it's closed and yeah, you can all be a big family now.
I mean, he hasn't been there for 19 years, but I mean, there's still two sides to every story, and within that, I hope I find the truth.
Marianne has since met her grandmother, also her father's sister and a nephew. Marianne's been calling and texting her dad and is gradually working out what place he has in her life. Next week on Lost and Found.
Family is just everything in my life.
The family hasn't always come easily.
I want my son back, simple as that.
I've always imagined meeting my dad.
What lengths will they go to find him?
Guess we could use all the help we can get.
Yeah, I guess so.
And were they looking in the right place?
Supporting local content so you can see more of New Zealand on air.